Good evening everybody and welcome back to the KTips Karting League. I'm delighted to join you guys for qualifying, and I say join you guys because I'm not racing today, I'm commentating in an action-packed 12-man lobby. And this is it, this is what it's about. It's nice to see that the community has been growing slowly after all these weeks, and we hope it expands even more so we can eventually start a championship which is happening soon. Give us a hi in the chat. Let us know if you can hear me clearly. I need to do an audio check from my side as well. In the meantime, I'm going to put up the pin link so you can join our Discord, because this is the place where you'll find out all of the information about our races. And if you have a PlayStation, if you've got Gran Turismo 7, then why not join these free races? It's a chance for you to join other drivers from around the world, practice your karting skills on a decent game for karting, and more than that, have a good bit of fun. Let me just do a quick audio check from my side. Let's bring up the live stream. Let's see if the comments are coming in as well. Let me just do a quick audio check from my side. That sounds loud and clear, and the Honourable Aaron has also confirmed that. Thank you so much, the Honourable Aaron. I do recognise your profile picture, and I know you have been a long-time subscriber. Let me know when you actually started following KTips, because I remember that from 2021 or 22 maybe, your profile picture. Demir, what's up Demir? It's nice to have you on the stream, and welcome back to Alex Karting. He's asked, what time is this race starting? Well, after this 20-minute qualifying session, pay attention on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. There's about 7 to go. 7 minutes to go so far. We got D1 who's leading the way in an incredible looking Fernando Alonso livery. Is that the Renault style? I believe it is. That's the 0506 version, and he's put himself about half a second clear. Daniel's asking to restart. Now the question is Daniel part of our server? I'm not sure. I've not got a message on Discord yet. If we get multiple people requesting a restart, then we might have to do so, but so far nothing on Discord currently, so I'm not too sure who Daniel is. Daniel, if you're watching the live stream as well, please put a message in Discord just to confirm. Otherwise we're just gonna have to continue as we are. We have a minimum time which you have to join, and then obviously based on that you've got to join in. Right, on board with D1, it looks to have taken an out lap, or cool down lap rather, after putting in a 51.4. Alex is saying 20 minutes of practice. Today we just did a 10-minute practice, a 10-minute quali, and then we're going straight into the race. Now I want to get your feedback, guys. The past 5 live streams on DT7 I've been driving, and you've been seeing only my POV. Today we're going to do more on F1 style commentary, so you're going to see different drivers on board. Let me know what style you prefer. Do you want me to commentate on the race? Do you want me to participate in the race? What's more entertaining for you guys? At the end of the day, whatever entertains you guys the most, that's the most important thing. I'm also missing my co-commentator, Mr. Guy Williams. It would have been good to have him join us today, but he's off vacationing. Aaron saying, I started following you shortly after the pandemic. Yes, that's right, Aaron. You are an OG. After the pandemic, I believe I had about 1,000 subscribers, maybe even 500 subscribers. So you've been here from the beginning. You are a real one. What's up to Sebastian? Welcome back to the live stream. You're a local or resident GT7 driver, but we'd love to have you join our races. Alex is saying, can you do 2 races? I really want to do another race, and I haven't been able to make the past few. The next race is probably going to be next week, Aaron, so don't worry, we do one every week. And be sure to either join our Discord or the KTips Academy, so you can find out when exactly the timings are for these races. Philip Senna, meanwhile, with about 4 minutes to go in quali, goes up to second place, and he's not called Philip Senna for nothing. He is on the absolute march. To be fair, he's Philip Senna with that Michael Schumacher suit and a very juddery car. He's actually got a Schumacher suit. I say Schumacher suit, it's a hybrid, it looks like. A Lewis slash Marlboro OGF Ferrari suit, and of course that really nice looking purple Lewis Hamilton helmet. Can he dethrone Mr. D1? It's Alonso versus Hamilton today at what layout again? I keep on forgetting the pronunciation for this. Is it nope, trying to figure out where the name is. There we go. It's Alsace test course? Not particularly sure, but it's a nice layout nonetheless. What's up, Marcel? Thank you so much for tuning in. And what's up to Samo? He's actually the father of Sebastian. Wow, excellent. Thank you for clarifying the email. Excuse me, not the email, the audio is clear. As I try and negotiate the different angles. We're just gonna get to grips with this as we ride on board with Sasha. Done an impressive job of replicating a Kart Republic kart livery in the game. That looks awesome, Sasha. He's running in P5. Just quickly go through some comments over here. Sebastian saying his daily record is around a 44. So it looks like there's these daily races that are going. To be fair, guys, you guys gotta teach me more about Gran Turismo. I purely play this game to host these online lobbies, nothing else. Hop onto multiplayer, invite friends, that's it. So there's a lot that we've got to learn. I'm not claiming to be an expert at all at this game, but it is a very, very fun game. For this round, as I mentioned, I am commentating only. Let me know, do you prefer me to commentate F1 style of the race, or do you want to actually just see my point of view and have me participate? Well, today we had 12 drivers. I said it's a no-brainer. Let's test out a bit of commentary for today as we approach the last minute and a half of qualifying. So, got 12 drivers. KTips still in the pit lane, but he's spectating. We got YX, who's currently our driver on a 54. And then it's Skunk City's making his debut today at a 53.8. Looks like these two drivers are split by about 7/10. Then got Polito up the road, 53.3. You'll notice towards the back end of quality now, times are getting faster and faster, drivers are getting more and more confident. Got Fredo currently in P8, a 53.1, so it's quite close between France and the States based on their flags on the left hand side. But you then got Rowan, who's fresh on the track. We just did a sprint race today, the sprint kart challenge, if you guys are wondering which race that was. Rowan did finish P4. He was tied for the podium, but he lost out because we go to the fastest lap if you're tied with points. So unfortunate to Rowan for that, looking to redeem himself on the online race today. Currently 52.7, which is impressive. Got Lex up the road, 2/10. He is currently 52.5. Sasha P5. Grayling is P4. It looks like Better is going to take P3. And the leaders, Philip Senna and DY, or D1, who's actually gone even faster. 51.4, takes provisional pole position. Well done to Philip Senna's finished his last lap. He couldn't improve. Let's see if Better can do anything before the time runs out. And once the race starts, guys, we'll give you a more in-depth track guide of this test course. And that is it for qualifying. Let's just take a look at the results. Let's put a picture of it on the Discord so the members are aware. And there you have it, D1 with pole position at 51.4, absolutely rapid, half a second over Philip Senna. It's Better, who is third. Grayling completes the second row. We got Sasha in fifth, followed by Lex and Rowan. Looking at the timings, P7 all the way to P3 are in the 52s. And it starts with 52.7 all the way down to a 52. 0. Looks like we can't see all of the results. Oh, we can now. I hope it's not going to force me to drive. I can hopefully spectate. Let's put some of these results onto the Discord page and hopefully head over to start the race. Very well done to D1. I think it's going to be a close battle for the podium, definitely. It's always been Philip Senna versus Vedder on our league so far. They are the quickest drivers who are missing. Potato, yes, that is the name of somebody's gamer tag. But he is off for today's race. If we can just close this, go ahead towards host menu and start the race. Please don't tell me that I am going to be forced to start from the back grid. That'd be entertaining though, right? Not too familiar with how this works. And here we go then. We got a 25 lap race ahead of us. It's a 12 lobby grid, 12-man grid. D1 leading the way. And they've thrown me and they've absolutely mugged me off, haven't they? Of course they have. No worries at all, Rayan. We're missing you. It was a good race today, it looks like. But I don't want to quit, so... Ah, beautiful. I can quit and spectate. We missed the opening couple of corners. It's going to be a close battle between D1 and Philip Senna. Let's see how they get on. I just want to refer this to as Alonso versus Hamilton. They're side by side coming through the first sector over here. Remember, Philip's got the slipstream. D1 defends the inside line, heading down into a downhill banked corner. Flat outs. Grayling is made up a place. It looks like Bedder's lost eyes down to P7. On board with Senna, who makes a move. And it's awfully close between himself and Grayling is trying to get involved just from behind. Kicks up a bit of dirt as D1 loses a couple of places. It's Sasha who's up to third. What a drive so far by the Frenchman. Philip Senna leads on lap 2 out of 25. It's Grayling from behind. D1, who's clearly got the pace, is ready to make some moves, but he's just got to gain his composure. And he's got Lex behind him. Marcel is supporting his fellow Dutchman in this one. The leaders now looking very, very close as Grayling is in the slipstream of Philip Senna, who goes extremely defensive into the first corner. Bit of a squeeze, decides to back off. Maybe go for the better exit. D1 has already made up a place, we missed that move. And he's going to be right behind. D1 has made it past Sasha. And he's going to be licking his lips at this battle as Grayling makes a nice move for the lead. As they get off the line, it's Philip who just loses a place to D1. And within a matter of 2 laps, it's looking like a good recovery for the Spaniard. He's going to get a beautiful toe, beautiful slipstream heading on to lap 3 now. And it's Grayling who might have to go defensive. Takes a slightly defensive line. D1 might try to switch back. And there you go. Grayling goes slightly wide. Compromises his exit in the slipstream. Has to concede the inside line heading onto lap 4 over here. Uphill, which now becomes a huge drop downhill. And job done. D1 flexing his pace. Flexing his qualifying lap already on lap 3. Now the slipstream effect is something you're going to have to be wary of. Although you are the leader, drivers behind have the luxury of your slipstream. So let's see what Grayling can do as the short lap of about 52 seconds comes to an end. It's interesting that Grayling takes slightly narrower line heading into the first corner now. You can see he's gaining. Is he going to go for a move? He just goes a bit deep. And I'll tell you what, it's Philip Senna who's behind in that really nice liveried suit and helmet. Somebody's spun at the back of the field. You can see on the top left hand side of your screen. As it stands, the leaders are battling each other, and they're battling hard. Let's take a look at the midfield as it's Bedder and Rowan are having an almighty scrap, and Rowan looking to make a place up as he goes down the hill. This is going to be one to watch as Lex has seemingly lost out, unfortunately, and Sasha from P3 is down to P7 as we got a couple of yellow flags and somebody's crashed. That was Bedder and Rowan. We're going to have to review what happened there. This could be Yassine YXF, and we got Skunk who's rounding out our grid. Back to our leaders then. Grayling takes the lead on lap number 6. Philip Senna and D1 battling hard as usual. It's almost 3 wide into that corner. And this is just going to be nip and tuck as Senna now takes the lead. This is going to be more about consistency than anything, as you can see. Unfortunately for Grayling, he goes a bit wide. He gets caught onto the curb. And now he's down to P5 as Sasha takes his place. Rowan, sensational drive so far. I believe that's P7 all the way up to P3. Well done Rowan. Now he's got a 5-second gap to the driver behind. He's got a 4.5-second gap to the driver in front. I think Rowan will take a podium at this point. Just looking at his pace, he's really improved. He's doing mid 52s now. The leaders are, of course, lapping similarly the past couple of laps, high 52s, 53s, but of course they were battling hard. Then once the clean air starts going for Philip and D1, you're going to see some quicker timings. Now D1 of course has the benefit of the slipstream. And let's go through a chasing lap with D1 then. So across the start finish line, heading into a tight hairpin turn. You can see on the top right hand side of your screen how the track map goes. Relatively mid apex there for D1 as he uses a bit of curb on exit. Benefits from the slipstream now as we head uphill to the right left chicane it's coming to, and it's quite an incredible sequence, this. Slightly uphill and a huge dive downhill into a fast left. Going to carry a lot of speed heading into the banked corner. This could be turn 4, which our drivers were talking about on Discord. They're finding it tricky. How do we take turn 4? Is it a lift? Is it a brake? D1's going absolutely flat out. A tight line. He's gaining on Philip. And Philip's going to have a whole load of D1 behind him now. Here we go. On to lap 9. 51.8. D1 not looking to attack yet. Maybe going for a better exit. And that's exactly what he gets. He's almost going to be side by side now as we head up the hill. Philip has some defending to do. Bit of weaving. And I believe they might be trying to work together at the moment just to get some distance to the drivers behind. D1 sitting in the slipstream, almost bump drafting Philip along, but he's got so much of an advantage there. He eventually goes for the move down the inside. And it is D1 who takes the lead. Rowan meanwhile has extended that 5-second gap over Bedder to 6.3. So this could be that podium which he's hoping for. We got electric football here. I think this makes me wish I had a PlayStation. Did you know this game is compatible for PlayStation 4 and 5? So if you head over to Facebook Marketplace or eBay, you can pick up a good deal for a PlayStation 4, $100, $120 max. Get the GT7 game and then you're on. You can do a bit of karting with the community over here. Every week we're hosting these games, so love to see as many drivers join as possible. And this truly is a way to practice your real life skills in a game. Of course, there's some absolutely rapid drivers as we're going through the pack now. Better looking to put his foot down. Can he close 6 seconds in 15 laps? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Sasha and Folido. This is a good battle for P5 and P6. It's France versus the States, and it looks like there's a lot of retirees because from a 12-man field, we're down to 6. This race is more about consistency and stamina more than anything. Sasha's best is a 52.4. 53.8 for Folido. So Folido is just looking to follow Sasha's lines. And if he can stay calm and consistent, stay in the slipstream, then he should be able to tag along. Meanwhile, back to our leaders. It's D1 who's opened up a half a second gap to Philip. What's happening with Philip? I know he's rapid. He put Senna in his gamer tag. And especially in the past few rounds, he has certainly lived up to that name, dominating our sprint races. But he's got a bit of competition on his hands today. And I'll tell you what, this is an interesting phase of the race. You don't want to attack too much, because inevitably the slipstream effect between the leaders will cancel it out. You take first place, P2 will have the slipstream. P2 takes first place, then switched again. The other driver will have the slipstream. Basically, if you're in second, you can have the slipstream effect, and if you look at our track map on the top right hand side of the screen, you do have decent locations to slipstream, just like this down the back straight. Defensive goes D1. And we've got another change for the lead. Philip Senna takes the lead on the end of lap 12 as we go into 13. Now it's going to be interesting how these drivers approach this next phase of the race. Just over halfway now. Are they going to fight hard, or are they just going to battle each other? And it's so close, it's side by side. It's Philip Senna and D1. Up the hill and get ready to nosedive. Boom. As we go down this bridge section. Once again, clean move from D1. This is going to be a back and forth, which I predicted will happen. It's going to be interesting how the outcome of this race is. Rowan, meanwhile, he might be sweating a bit. 12 laps to go and the gap is 3.6 seconds. That might seem like a lot, but I'll tell you what, the last 3 laps, 52.5, 53.6, 53.1, whereas Better has been piling on the pressure. 52.5, 52.8, personal best 52.1. This is going to go down to the wire for the podium today, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know if you're enjoying this commentary style for today's GT7 race, or do you prefer me to be driving and obviously only see my POV in that portion? As we had a technical issue with the commentator there, he completely lost his voice, but he's back. Sasha, meanwhile, has put his foot down. Personal best of a 52.3, and that looks like P5 is all but guaranteed for him. He was at P3 at one stage, but now he's comfortably back in P5. Polido, good to see he's not giving up. 53.2. It's always nice to see everyone's lap times as we go to the back end of the race now. Marcel saying a mix would be nice, as I like both, but within one race, that's a bit hard to do. Absolutely. To make the commentary more exciting, it would be nice to have a co-commentator. And of course, our main co-commentator, Guy Williams, is absent today, so I'll be carrying the commentary on today on his behalf. 9 laps to go. It's Philip Senna versus D1. It is the battle of Lewis Hamilton and retro Fernando Alonso. Just have to appreciate how good the liveries look. I mean, this is superb D1. I really, really love this. Throwback as well, the Renault style. And then of course we've got that mix of 2025 Hamilton, 2025 Ferrari, a bit of Schumacher on the suit as well. And is that 2020 Lewis, if I'm not mistaken? Which year did he have the purple helmet? 246, because it looks like there's only 6 stars on that side, so that must have been 2020. That's a good one, Marcel. No. It looks like there's been a change for P3. We missed that. The pace was too relentless from Bader. He improved since lap 12, or kept it consistent. 52.4, 52.5, 52.4, 52.3. And he's absolutely made it back to the podium. Now, it looks like Rowan had some kind of an incident, as on lap 15 his lap time was a minute long. So he either spun out, he either crashed. We must have missed what happened there. We're obviously going to catch it on the replay. I don't think Sasha is a threat to Rowan, and Folito is the same, not a threat to Sasha. It looks like P3 down to P6 is boxed off, and slowly the lead is increasing. Philip Senna needs to pull out some Senna moves if he wants to win this race today. He's keeping within arm's reach, but can he close up to make a move? That is the question. We have got 6 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, on this exciting 25 lap race on Gran Turismo. For those of you just tuning in live, might be interested to join our karting league, completely free to join. Just click the Discord link in the pinned comment or the description, and then if you got a PlayStation 4 or 5 and Gran Turismo 7, you can join these weekly races. Soon we are going to be starting a championship where you guys can win some prizes, so that is an exciting thing to look forward to. Skunk City, I was wondering where he went. You guys are good. Spun twice, then lost connections, but thanks for letting me in. No worries at all. It looks like you're learning the ropes of the game. This is a tricky game to get used to. I know from experience. When I first started, wow, this was difficult to get the hang of, but it is realistic to the extent of braking. I do like their sort of physics for that, and it's a shame that they don't have more karting tracks. I know in the previous versions of Gran Turismo they had real life karting tracks, but then they've just removed those, you know, for the latest release of the game. So that is really unfortunate. I said Philip Senna had to pull out some Senna's skills if he wants to close the gap and win today's race, and he's done exactly that. Last lap, a 51.5, a 51.2 for D1. It's closed in a couple of tenths, and here we go. Could this be a famous victory, a famous ending for either one of these drivers? How aggressively is D1 going to defend now on these closing laps? How aggressive is Philip going to attack D1 in these closing laps? Well, it's all to play for. 4 laps to go. D1 might have the fastest lap in this race. He might have the fastest lap in qualifying. He might have had the pole position. Can he hold on for an epic race win? It's 0.3 of a second the gap. It looks ever so close on the end of lap 21. Nobody behind. Philip, everything to gain in front. Here we go. In the slipstream. D1 goes slightly defensive. Philip just trying to set up that better exit. He just loses the kart on exit. And I'll tell you what, that was a brilliant save, because it could have all ended there. He's going to have to recoup, reset, plan to attack another lap. Let's see where he's quick. It looks like down this bridge, certainly he's quick. And he's getting a sensational exit. D1 just blocks him. Defends strategically. And he's keeping Philip behind. That was very well positioned there. Philip certainly quick, coming down onto the bridge. He's running out of laps though. Lap 22 ends and we go on to lap 23, the last 3 laps of this race. And it has been an incredible battle between the top 2. It's a shame we lost Grayling, who was part of this battle for the win, but it's down to these 2 rapid drivers. Philip Senna, 52.5 on the last lap, a 52.2 on the last lap for D1. And you can see there's a change of tone, there's a change of driving now. D1 going defensive. He has to go defensive. The race win is at stake over here. And he gets a poor exit once again. It looks like Philip Senna might get the run on him. They're side by side, heading down to turn 4. There we go. A move for the lead. But how long is that going to last as D1 dive bombs into turn 4? Side by side still. Oh, so close between these 2 drivers, and it's D1 back in front. The slipstream effect is going to be the difference in this race. Side by side heading into the first corner now. Lap 24, 2 laps to go, and he's lost it. Philip Senna's lost it. How unlucky. Looks like he may have lost the kart under braking. He was going for the inside, and then he sort of lost the kart and cut across the track, and that brings to an end a really good battle for the win. D1 held his composure. Will that impact P3 and P2? I don't think so, because there's a 17 second gap. And it looks like the race has neutralized on the start of lap 23. 5 seconds Philip Senna has lost. He was on an absolute flyer that lap as well. And he'll really be kicking himself. The consistency built up. 51.7, 51.8, 51.5, 51.7. Just look on the right side of your screen there. That is the definition of reeling your opponent in such quick laps. He's putting D1 under pressure. And it'll be interesting to hear on Discord what Philip has to say about what happened in the race lap 23 there, because he was almost set up for the win. But the win today is only going in one direction, and that is to D1, supporting his fellow driver Fernando Alonso, the lovely Renault livery, and as he rounds the final couple of corners to take home a deserved victory. Pole position, fastest lap in the race, and the victory. Well done to D1. Commiserations to Philip Senna, although it was a well-earned P2. We go home, reset, and fight another day. Better or a comeback. He was in P3, lost it down to P7, back up to P3, didn't give up. Well done. And Rowan, just like his luck in the sprint race today, he's going to miss out on the podium once again. P4 nonetheless. A very, very good effort by Rowan, just showing his consistency. He's pretty much there. And these are your final results for today. It was indeed Sasha in P5, Forlido in P6. Fortunately, Skunk lost connection. The other drivers quit the race. We started with 12, we ended with 6. Let's put these final results on the Discord group so we can let everyone know how it went. And I'd love to see a replay of the incident. Final race results. There we go. Now, the most important thing. Save replay. I think it's already saved, it looks like. I'm afraid we are going to quit this lobby and go straight into some analysis. Because why not? Keep the live stream going, give you guys some insight. I believe replays are saved in the main menu. Let us know if you enjoyed that race, if you enjoyed the style of post commentary rather than me joining the race. I think Marcel's feedback was well noted actually. It's better to have a mix of sometimes POV driving and then sometimes just a bit of commentary. Now, is it on Scapes? Might not be actually. This is the trouble that you got to go through. Where are replays saved? Now, if you guys know, let me know in the comments to speeding this up. I know I've seen it. I think it's on Showcase. That's it. Thank you, Rowan. I'm going to go to Showcase. And let's check out what happened. There were a number of incidents actually. So this is it. This is our race we want to watch. And let's let it load up. Give it a moment or two. Thank you so much, Marcel, for tuning in to today's race. We appreciate it. Right, the problem is, why is there obnoxious music? Race start. Looks clean so far. Give me a second, guys, because Gran Turismo does not want to mute its music. So let's prioritize our audio. So Sasha just had a beast of a start there. I think Better lost it on the beginning, yeah. Now, what I want to do is go to lap 23. Oh my gosh, if I'm going to have to do this 23 times. Sorry about all the flickering. But we are trying to find the most important incident of the race. Nope, that I just don't seem to think that's doing the trick. This is not doing anything, right? This is just repeating it, okay. What's the easiest way, guys, to skip? I don't have to do 10 seconds at a time. I mean, that's ridiculous. Can I drag this? Nope. Yeah, that's useless. The +1 lap just doesn't do anything. Yeah, I might just have to be 10 seconds at a time. Well, there's no way we're gonna be 10-second at a time forwarding all the way to lap 23. So I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna call it an end to the live stream today. Now, those of you who just joined, if you have got a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, you can join our weekly races on Gran Turismo 7 by joining our Discord. And what you need to do is stay up to date through the Discord server. We post the race dates and times in advance, and this is the place to be to practice your karting skills on a game. You can come and race with me, other drivers in the community. If you're a GT7 expert, then come and give us some tips. By all means, I need those tips. I'm not an expert on GT7, but I'd love to learn from you guys. I know there's a very much a diverse community out over here of very, very quick drivers. Sasha, I'm afraid when I hover on the timeline and click X, nothing happens. so we just have no option. Now, I am gonna message Philip on Discord and see if we can get a replay. If somebody in our Discord can get a replay of lap 23 on the incident, I'd love to see what you guys think then. Until next week for the GT7 KTips Karting League race, we look forward to seeing you all then. Take care everyone, be sure to join Discord and we'll see you there. Good night.